Hi, look, I'm actually in the kitchen at Tejas along with Matt Janik. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. How are you, Marty?
It is morning. You can't tell that on the video, but it's very early in the morning, so thanks for getting up early with us. Now, Matt's going to show us one of the items from the new winter flavors menu from Tejas. What are we doing here?
We're going to be doing the stuffed pan roasted chicken.
You got to love that. Stuffed pan roasted chicken. We've also got ancho marinated lamb chops on the menu and jumbo lump crab tamales. Oh, everything's good at Tejas. So tell us, what do we have here? And first of all, I want to know about the beets. How does that figure in?
Well, we're going to do some fried beets in a little bit.
Really?
So, yeah, it's a garnish on top of the chicken. So what we have is we just have an 8-ounce skin-on chicken breast. We have some apple cornbread stuffing that we have pre-made already, and then a sweet potato hash. So really, really great flavors.
Okay, so what's in the sweet potato hash?
So we have baked sweet potatoes, dried cranberries, roasted poblanos, roasted corn, and red bell pepper, and a little bit of salt and pepper, so for some seasoning.
I noticed you leave the skin on the chicken.
We do. We're gonna put it in a nice hot cast iron skillet and kind of sear that skin and make it nice and crispy on the outside.
Ooh, okay.
So let's get started.
Let's get started. Here we go.
I put a little bit of oil in there just to kind of get it so that the chicken doesn't stick to the pan.
Okay.
So
there's our chicken breast, and that's skin down.
That's skin down, and you're gonna make sure that pan is nice and hot and get it nice and searing, and then just throw it right in the oven, like a 350-degree oven. The reason why we use a cast iron skillet, obviously, is because it works really well in an oven. Basically, what it is you're using high heat to kind of sear the outside. It seals in all the flavors.
Okay.
So while that's baking, we're gonna start heating up our sweet potato hash, and then I've got a little bit of green chili sauce as well that's gonna go with that. Alrighty. And now we get to the beets, which is the fun part. So it's a great wintertime vegetable. It's a root vegetable. It's got some great sweetness and sugar content in it. So all we do here in the restaurant is we just take a whole beet, we'll peel it down, and then we slice it up into strips, little thin strips.
You can't beat beets.
You can't beat beets, especially fried beets. So we just cut them into little strips here. And then, of course, here in the restaurant, we've got a nice big deep fryer. But if you're at home, all you need is just like a little pan with some oil. Maybe put, maybe a 2-inch deep pan and put like maybe a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch of oil in there. Just heat it up just to about like 275, 300 degrees. And then drop them in there. They'll fry it up real nice. They'll actually shrink up a little bit on you because they've got some water content in there, but then they'll crisp up, and they've got some really, really good flavor when you crisp them up. So.
Crispy beets. And when you serve that at your dinner parties here around Christmas time, make sure you credit Matt for that idea.
So we're going to go over the deep fryer here now. Get some noise. Oh, absolutely.
So there they are. They're frying away.
Oh, yeah. And you'll see they'll really shrink up. They've got quite a bit of water content in them, but the sugars in there kind of caramelize when you fry them up, and that's what makes them really, really delicious. And you want to make sure that you have a paper towel all set on the side so that when you do take them out of the oil, you can set them right on that paper towel, and then that paper towel kind of soak up some of that excess grease that's on there. Red beets, just good old red beets. I mean, Mom used to make them back home. She used to just boil them and just throw them on the table, but nowadays, you can take some orange juice, you can take some brown sugar, toss them in that. That's really good. So, tender.
Tell me about how you stuff the chicken breast.
So with the skin, we take the skin, we just kind of separate it from the meat a little bit, but you want to kind of leave that skin semi-attached. Otherwise, if you don't, it's going to kind of fall off the chicken itself. So what you do is, and you could go to your local meat guy, just say, hey, I want some skin on chicken breast. What it's going to do is it's right down the middle between the two lobes. It's going to be kind of connected still. So what you want to do is just kind of separate that skin up until where that middle part of the two lobes of the chicken breast are. Keep that attached. You're going to open it up, put the stuffing in, and then pull the skin back up over the stuffing.
And what's in the stuffing?
It's got cornbread, apples, pecans, dried cranberries, just a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so now we've cooked the chicken. We cooked it in the oven for about 10 minutes, and now you took it out and you actually cooked it a little bit more on the stove, right?
We did. We just finished it in the stove. We kind of just finished crisping up the skin and then turned it over and let it cook for another couple minutes, and now we're ready to go.
And you know what? You always want to make sure your chicken is at least 165 degrees. Did I get that right?
That is correct. You want to make sure. So,
okay.
Sweet potato hash.
There's the hash.
That we're going to just put right down there.
Okay.
And then the chicken, what we're going to do is we're going to actually cut this little cartilage that's in the middle here. That part that I was telling you about Make sure when you separate the skin, don't separate it from that part.
Right.
So that's kind of, it's not too bad. I mean, but it's a little bony and you don't want to eat that per se. So we're just going to cut that out, just that little center part, okay? And then we're going to place that chicken right on top of the sweet potato hash. And then we've got the sauce, which is this green chili cream sauce, which is just absolutely delicious. And then those famous fried beets.
There we are.
And the fried beets just go right on top. And there you go, pan roasted chicken.
Ready for you. Part of the winter flavors, and serving till March at Z Tejas.
So give it a try, Marty. Let me know what you think.
Oh. That's excellent. I got to get some of these little crispies in there. What a beautiful blend of flavors that is. Of course, it's at Z Tejas.